Good morning. And speaking of that, by the way, Gino,
Hello
fun
there.
fact. The Finnish name for Christmas is still basically Jule. It's Joulu. So one aspect that we didn't change from our pagan days, even though especially American Christians seem to like to pretend that there was no appropriation of all the holidays. But let's face it, some of the vocabulary of old days pretty much proves them wrong. It's not like we just decided, okay, it's Christmas, but we'll just call it something different. No, it's the exact opposite. One moment. Just making sure. Anyway. Now my mind is completely blank. That happens sometimes. Still, point is the same. It's kind of funny watching people on Twitter especially just completely trying to ignore that yeah, there was some date shenanigans going on when some of the newer some of the newer holidays were put in place. Oh, I saw that Veritansi, and I actually have it already, but thank you very much for the offer. But if you want to, we can give it away on the 23rd, which is day after tomorrow. I'm still intending to stream Alan Wake then, because we're going to finish Alan Wake, and then we are going to probably go through the special scenarios as much as we can fit. It's going to be kind of a Christmas stream for that. What else? Oh yeah, one thing that I saw, because I was watching. Yeah, that sounds like an idea, Veritans. Right. Sorry, my brain is still a bit blank. Like I said on the loading, which nobody's gonna see if you're gonna watch the VOD, because there's not gonna be, or the highlight, because there's not gonna be any chat for that. But I did have a pretty hectic day today, because did a lot of Christmas preparation stuff, some house maintenance things, a lot of cleaning, wrapping stuff, putting up better insulation so my feet aren't fucking cold, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just went pretty fucking long past my regular bedtime. So I may be a little bit groggy, and I may get brain freezes, so I do apologize for that in advance. But what I was trying to say was I was watching Wet for Jesus last night at work, and well, not watching, listening to Wet for Jesus last night at work. That's the accurate word for that. And I did find out some interesting things, like about Americans, especially Fox News and Tucker Carlson. Apparently, the metric system is a system of tyranny. And the United States is standing alone against this oppressor of the Marxists. Like, seriously? There was some guy with Tucker Carlson who was saying things like, the metric system was forced upon people on the blade of a guillotine during the French Revolution. Which is kind of funny, considering that it was actually the King of France who implemented the metric system after his scientific advisors, you could maybe call them, had come up with the system. And it was actually the revolutionaries who, for a while, rescinded the metric system as a tool of the imperialists and the royalists. So it was actually the exact fucking opposite. The metric system happened not because of the French Revolution, but despite the French Revolution. So, quite unsurprisingly, Tucker Carlson's guest was completely full of shit and was just, for some fucking reason, trying to emotionally manipulate people into disliking the metric system. Like, one of the fucking reasons for why metric system is awful was that if we're going to use the metric system, I cannot follow my grandparents' apple pie recipes anymore. I mean, you couldn't if you were using metric system, you couldn't understand what a cup means. Is that how little faith you have in your capability to understand things? So yeah, thanks to Wet for Jesus for letting me know about that fucking clip. Exactly, it's a metric cup. It's completely different. I mean, instead of a cup, it's like 2 deciliters. And like, what the fuck is that? It's just funny. And another thing he used was we should use the imperial system. He of course never used the name imperial system because he knows that makes it sound bad, because he knows exactly where that fucking comes from. And Americans also really don't like the Brits, so reminding people that it's actually the current imperial system is actually a British invention would be a pretty bad idea, actually. So he of course never used that system or actually told where it came from, because that would have been bad. So instead, he just used other kinds of emotional fucking language to say the metric system is somehow evil. And I also found it funny, because one example, because what I was trying to say, because he said, it is ancient knowledge, therefore it's good. And he was using things like, okay, what is a third of a foot? It's 4 inches. What is it in metric system? It's like something like 3.3333 centimeters or something. What even is that? Okay, now tell me, what is a third of a foot? Now, I mean, what is a quarter of a foot? Sorry. Is it gonna be just as clean in the imperial system? You can always choose examples that sound simple and clean on some system and sound completely batshit bonkers on another. And it's kinda sad that people don't see that fucking manipulation. It's just, Jesus fucking Christ. My brain just couldn't handle it. It was kind of fun though. Another thing that was really fun, and I'm actually very appreciative of it, which reminds me, I need to open up 2 pages because I'm an idiot. I need to open up dashboards. And one thing that I was about to say, I now have my first Ko-fi subscriber. Thank you very much, you know who you are. You beautiful person, you. I've also had somebody, you too know who you are, buy the first pieces of merch. I mean, somebody other than me. And I'm very fucking happy about that. I really can't wait to see how they fucking look. I'm stoked. And now where the hell is that thing? There we go. Sorry, gotta nab that. There we go. So yeah, yesterday was a weird day, and I'm fucking loving it. So many good things happened, and I'm seriously appreciative and happy. Stupid people are stupid, and you can't change that, especially when they don't even realize they're stupid. Then again, some people don't, but with the whole Tucker Carlson thing about the metric system, it really did seem like that even he realized it was stupid, but he had to play along, because it was so obvious he was this close to laughing when his guest was talking about all that fucking shit. It was kind of sad and kind of hilarious. Also, I just realized I didn't put my new light on, which means my face is gonna have shadows again. Well, that's gonna suck. Oh, right, I had a system. Wait. I still have some shadows, but it's not quite as bad. Or is it?
Allow me to remind
Oh,
you
well.
that an epidemic of unknown origin has already eradicated a few genuinely distinctive towns in the northern part of the country. The cause and circumstances of these tragic events remain uncertain. There is a lot that we cannot explain yet. It appears as though the plague has a mind of its own.
Sorry about that.
As if it is driven by some irrepressible will. Why else has no one managed to fight it successfully?
Oh yeah, I know. I was
Why
just
does it
tweaking shit. Apologies about that. Anyway. So. We did get last time to day 8. Now, I don't remember exactly what we were doing, so let's check it out and let's remind all of ourselves about what we were actually doing. Because my memory is shit. Especially since the last week or so has been quite stressful and tiring, so I didn't really think too much about Pathologic or any other games, to be honest. Let's see. Oh, right, we were supposed to get one of the Olgimskis to Mother. And we did talk to the other older Olgimski right now. We finished that one quest about the Panacea. We were told that's gonna be tomorrow we can talk. We got the sample of Burak. There we go. So basically all we have today is the main quest, which I'm assuming we now have to go back to the Termitary. And basically just go talk to Mother. So again, a short little recap about the game so far. Bachelor came into this town looking for a person who... Oh, what the fuck is that? Well, that's new. Okay, that was strange. So anyway, the Bachelor... The Bachelor came into this town looking for a person who was apparently very, very long-lived. And Bachelor's research was into basically defeating death. So I wanted to find this person and hopefully have him help with discovering this way to defeat death. Problem was they were gone and dead, which kind of sucked. So we had to investigate why they had died. And because of that, we ended up stumbling onto a plague that was about to hit the town. Then it did. And we were stuck here. And by the powers that be, we were told that we would need to find a way to handle this plague without damaging the town. So we would be allowed to continue with our research. And that is the basic gist of what we've been doing the whole game. The plague is constantly getting worse, there are all kinds of internal struggles that are going on. And we are also trying to keep alive these people who are called the Bound. These are our Bound. These are the people we are trying to keep alive in one way or another. Evayan is already dead, but... to that we could do absolutely nothing, so I'm assuming we need to keep them alive until they have fulfilled their purpose. Basically. What their purpose is, we'll find out. For example, Evayan committed suicide trying to bind her soul into the cathedral. So apparently that was her purpose. Peter Stamatin's purpose seems to have something to do with the polyhedron on the other side of town, a construction that seems to be defying the laws of physics on every fucking front. Still a lot of dead people. So yeah, that is the very short version of what has been happening in the game so far. Right now, this is the termitory. In here live the people who are allowed to cut into living beings. Basically the butchers, because bulls and stuff are one of the main things here. The people of the steppe. They live over here. And we are going to see their leader, a tiny child called Mother. Who wants to see one of the owners of this place, basically, because she's blaming them for things.
What?
Hello there. I've delivered your message to Olgimsky the Elder. Boys promised to come. He did come. Well, what have you done to him? We had him locked up for now. Fair's fair. He locked us up, so now it's our turn. We'll see how it goes. Can I talk to him? No. Can you tell the butchers to let me in, please? Well, I will. You'll get the right of passage. Come back half an hour before midnight and the boulder will be rolled away. Perfect. I think that's then our goal, because we were trying to get into the abattoir of the place. which is this part. But the route there is blocked. So we needed to get her permission to enter there. Apparently now we do have it, so basically the only thing we have left to do in this day is to wait until 30 minutes to midnight and then go there.
God damn it! Shut up, Enderley! Shut up! You don't know! Shut up! Shut up!
Hi, Thunderlane.
Shut up!
Also, by the way, I am considering making those... well, actually, if it works the same way, I could... I'm not sure whether I want that to be on first message or on entry with a 5-minute timer. Because it seems to work the same way with both bots, so it wouldn't really matter. I could move the whole system to the other bot and it would apparently work the same. Or I could have it trigger on first message when when the people would have an option when it triggers. Or if they just want to lurk, they could without having a notification. What do you think, Thunderlane? Which would be better? The system as it is now, or have it trigger on message? We may be having another one as well coming, so... but you are here and I am asking your opinion because you have one now. He came so they locked them up. Is that a bit overreacting? Did he do it in public? Well, yeah, he came in their house, so... that makes sense they'd lock him up. I mean, I would throw him away, but, you know, to each their own. Maybe they're waiting for him to clean up first? That's a possibility. $5 hours, then, I guess? Then let's eat a fish. The bread. Had to choose, you'd pick on first message. Alright. Because I've been I've already made a system where I could make that happen. I just haven't moved anything around yet. But that's one of the things that I could easily do with the new bot. So that's one of the reasons why I've been considering it, because I want to move as many things to the new bot as possible. I'm going the wrong direction. I'm an idiot. Paying attention would be good, Finn. Then again, when the fuck have I ever paid attention? Don't remember. And I don't intend to start now. I am actually pretty happy today. Because, like I said before, yesterday was a weird day. I wasn't even streaming myself and a lot of stuff happened. Because, got like 30 new follows. I have a new Ko-fi sub. Merch has been bought. Well, okay, that happened the day before. But point is, yesterday was weird, interesting, and quite heartwarming. Alright, so am I right in assuming... No, I'm wrong. Am I? No, I'm just not far enough. Nice, Veritanse. Which one are you thinking of? Just out of curiosity. There we go, that's the abattoir. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, I did add a couple of things to the store. I added women's fit t-shirts of the designs, and also those on Discord may have noticed I added I'm gonna show it because I think it's fucking brilliant. I think it's one of my best stupid fucking ideas in a while. No, wrong one. Jesus Christ. This one. It was just one of those, I have to fucking make it. I mean, Finland's totally real, right? So. Oh, but it's really fucking dark. I am going the right way? No? Abattoir central entrance is open. What is the abattoir central entrance? Oh. Oh. I should have checked the map. I'm an idiot. I was going the exact fucking wrong direction. But yeah, I'm really fucking happy that I've had a motivation to start doing all kinds of stuff again. I know last week I didn't have much motivation to do anything. IRL was just beating me up, but now that all of that stuff is handled, I'm back and I feel more energized than I was before. And it's a good feeling. I like feeling motivated. Even though I kinda hate that word, and there's a reason for that. But it is still an accurate word. Gino probably knows why I fucking hate the word motivated these days. Yep, I knew you would. Exactly, Veritas. There have been periods this year that I just had fucking none. I just tried to survive day after day. But now that things are starting to round up again, it feels good. It really feels good. Your bury the light is forever ruined. Yeah. Don't blame you. At all. Oh. What you doing, guys?
The night has come. The most pressing endeavors of the day were fulfilled at the expense of several lives of your bound.
What?
A mime performance at the theatre will feature today's events.
Where are the orderlies? Those lazy bastards.
Like, what the fuck? Peter Stamatin is dead? How? Okay, anybody know about this game? Could I have prevented this? This is a Sweden is fucking awesome question. Okay, then what the fuck did I do wrong yesterday? What did I do wrong yesterday then? I did say that. I just want to go back to check a thing. What the fuck did I do wrong yesterday that he didn't survive? Okay. But I had the Panacea Black Market thing. I've done the Burak thing. Maybe I need to go talk to Peter Stamatin then. Where were you? I don't want... I want to keep them all alive. I just wonder what I did wrong. Do you have a clue about that, Cthulhu? 'Cause you seem pretty well versed in the game. Don't remember. Okay. Fair enough. So all I remember is that he said that he doesn't really care if he lives or dies as long as he gets to finish his thing. That's all I remember. And we did buy him time by getting him off that burial duty thing. So let's go quickly talk to him and... Holy shit. Stop throwing Molotovs at me. That's not nice. And see if we'll get anything new out of it. If not, then I'll... actually probably Google it.
We fear everything, old boy.
Alright, yeah, we can't talk to him. Alright. I will Google it. 'Cause I don't want anyone to die if I can prevent it. Peter Stamatin. How? How? Alright, so yeah. He should stay alive. So let's see. Day 8. I have no fucking idea how. That would suck. How could I? God damn it. I like one of the things about this is one of the things about this is of course that it is a niche game, so trying to find any kind of fucking information about this is practically impossible. Fuck it. I'm not super happy about that. Looking at this stuff, I've done pretty much every because I just dug out a walkthrough and I'm going through the previous days. It feels like I've done these things. But why does Peter Stamatin die? Why does he die? And there doesn't seem to be any kind of information about that. Because I'll be honest, I'm not going to be happy if that happens. Like at all. So how? And unfortunately, apparently, nobody else has any idea either. That really sucks. Because I'm not at all happy that that happened. I did go to her, but I don't think she said anything to me. I did try to go into her, but there's gonna be a fucking day 7 thing that I'd need to replay from day 7 if I want him to not die. Because let's see, what was day 7 again? Is that, yeah, I did. Fuck's sake. One moment. Okay, I did the family reunion thing with Maria Kane. So I did that one, and I got, I think, White Panacea as a reward. Maybe I didn't do enough there. And I just got the reward, but I didn't do something else. Let's quickly check. Because I seriously don't want that to happen. Because that sucks. And it sucks even more if... We got that, the family meeting. Just want to quickly go have a peek at Stamarins. See if there's some kind of dialogue that I had missed. Because if that's the whole thing, then I'm kind of pissed off. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't give a fuck right now. I'm just checking. I'm just gonna run through everything. I really don't care about safety right now. Could you fucking stop? Thank you. Wait, did I miss infection? I thought I got infected. I was just running through everything. See, this is one of the things. Okay, there we go. Now I got infected. Sometimes I try to avoid those things like the... Well, like the fucking plague. Because it is. And I keep getting infected all the time. And then at sometimes I just, yeah, go fuck it and run through. And apparently I just stay alive for some reason. But yeah, I did go there. I did get a reward from Aglaya. But it's been a while, so I don't remember. Did I talk to the others too much? I really don't remember. But I am kind of pissed off if that's the whole bloody thing. And then it only strikes, you know, one day fucking after. Ah, crap. These dead ends are also kind of annoying. But yeah, sorry about this, because if I'm gonna do one character playthrough on stream, I at least wanna get it to a point where I haven't completely fucked up. I do still want to finish this year, so that's still my plan, that I'm gonna finish the Bachelor's playthrough during 2021. One way or another, it's gonna happen. Even if we're gonna have to replay part of Day 7, it's not, and then Day 8, that's not too big of a deal, because Day 8 was relatively short. We did pretty much everything pretty fucking quickly. So I'm not really too worried about that. I just want to know whether there's any purpose to this. That is there some dialogue that I missed? It could be that now that I've finished that, I can't do it anymore and I'd need to load the older one, which would mean more replaying. I just want to know if there's any fucking purpose to this before I commit to any kind of course of action. See if anybody's here anymore. Have I already fucked today up? I may have already fucked this one up.
So the Inquisitor is a woman. For real. I'd like to have a look at her.
Okay, never mind. I think I didn't do this. How are you? Have you come to tell me what happened? Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. That's the problem. Anyway, so we're gonna do that then. I had done that quest, but apparently I hadn't talked to Peter because she said he had passed out, and I really think I had talked to him, and he wasn't talking, but apparently not. So fuck. At least on a positive note, we know exactly what we're gonna have to do on day 8. So that's not gonna take a long time to do. Okay. Indeed, Veritans. At least the problem was solved. Yeah, I've noticed, Cthulhu. That's why I have different saves on different days. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate these walls. Just because of this kind of stuff. So if necessary, I can always fall back. And do a bit of a... have a bit of a redo. This is not the fucking first time we've had to replay a day. At least this day, there's not too much to replay. We're just gonna have to go talk to Peter. And then basically eat and go to bed. Then we are on the next day. And we can handle that. This one I do hate. That we get stuck in... on the sidewalk. And you only have one delicious egg. But yeah, this game indeed is brutal in many, many ways. It does not forgive. It does not forget. Can't be bargained with. It will never stop. Until we're dead. Quite unsurprisingly, at the exit in the middle of the fucking road, a plague cloud. Oh, hey, we found some nuts. Too bad we haven't found any kids we can bargain with them for. I've really wanted to buy more schmauders, but I haven't found those kids who have them anymore. Those kids all seem to be in the polyhedron now. See, that's what I mean. So, you see that I was stuck in the sidewalk again. I was pressing walk, and I was stuck in the sidewalk. I mean, yes, I get it. Old game with jank. But how did they manage to do that? Alright, let's hope that this is the solution to our problems.
They say this Burak has managed to make a panacea.
Nice to see you. So you have a brother too? Yeah, how are you? Have you come to? Tell me what happened. I had a vision, old boy, when I learned about Sabarov's secret plan and realized that death was truly knocking on my door. I had a sudden urge to quench my thirst once and for all, so that I wouldn't have to come to my senses until my death. Well, you seem to have had quite a bit of success, and so I indulged in imbibing. How could I not? But this time there was a purpose, you see. I've witnessed the clear image of my future creation at the bottom of the bottle I'm so fond of. Have you seen the chalice on the opposite side of the river? The one that overcomes gravity and captures dreams? I have. Soon I shall erect a new chalice. A chalice to surpass the present one many times over. Twirene Sap has taught me to look at the three common dimensions from a different angle. It turns the recipient inside out, playing with density and transparency variations, do you understand? More or less. Oh, it doesn't matter at all. But when I had a complete image in my head, a calculation, a design, a blueprint, a scheme, you know. Hello, Styx. I raised my eyes and saw the angel of punishment upon me. Her gaze has burned me through, her smile turning my dreams to naught. These angels always accompany the type of creativity that looks for inspiration at the bottom of a bottle. Or, I see. Did you at least give her a good pinch? And she said, I know who you are. You are Peter. Upon this stone you have erected that which should never be. Then she leaned over to me, her carmine lips parted, and a kiss would have drained my dream from me forever. I know it, for it was the angel of doubt, the demonic tempests of hesitation. Well, please do get to the point, thank you. But then I heard a waft of familiar power. Maria stormed in and fought the demon. Their naked bodies intertwined, and something else was erected. The white hands tearing at each other's throats, the slender tongues stinging each other. Then I came, and now, here you are. What did the demon look like? She had a terrible, powerful presence like Nina used to. The ceiling here is low, but still I could see a silhouette above her mortal coil. Its head blending into the heavens. Here she is. She's still here, devouring my designs, licking them away line by line. Peter, come around. What's wrong with you? Damn it, he's delirious.
There are fine things, old boy, which are more brilliant when
Nice to see you're doing well. Okay, so I hope it was that. Now we really need food. And we also need to get back home to dump shit. Because I was kind of thinking of just finding some place nearby to go to bed. Because there are plenty of those. But then I realized that my inventory is full. So what I instead need is to get back to Ava's. And basically dump a lot of stuff into the cupboard. Because we are really running out of space. Especially in the drug spot. We have the Twirene extract. We got shit tons of that. And I don't know if we're going to use any of it. Or if we can use any of it anywhere. So instead... do we have anything to sell? That one maybe. Thank you. Could still use a little bit more food. I just need to remember where the food shops are. That one I think was a food shop, right? Gotta go check that out, because it's still on our way, basically, if we choose our route carefully. We can get a little bit of food, go dump a lot of stuff into the storage, go to bed, then do a proper speed run of day 8, and hopefully it will all be solved, and Peter Stamatin will not fucking die. Just because we didn't talk to him again. Fucking asshole. Now please don't throw a Molotov at me, thank you. Holy shit. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a relatively decent Christmas wait time so far. I know it can be quite stressful and hectic at this time of year. I know mine's been. Especially for those who have to actually prepare their own Christmas. I completely understand that stress. Even though I don't have to do all of that. Thankfully, I'm still in a situation where a lot of the Christmas stuff is out of my hands and I don't really have to worry about that too much. Still quite a bunch I do have to worry about, but a lot of the stuff is thankfully partially delegated all over places. Because we're still gonna have a family Christmas this year as well. Even with the whole Omicron and whatever, it's like we're all vaccinated, so should be fine. Whatever. Entire family decided to invite themselves to your place for Christmas. And oh, yeah, that's not nice. It's nice when you invite them. It's not quite as nice when they invite themselves. Yeah. The entire Christmas holidays, 2 weeks. Send more help. Yeah, okay. You do need help. Anybody know a good supplier for some nice, totally legal recreational substances? And Styx's address, because I get the feeling that those will be needed. You can arrange for a convenient 2-week kidnapping. Nice, Cthulhu. Cthulhu's coming to save you again. See, Cthulhu is fucking amazing. He has a solution for everything. Like a master of solutions. And I also learned I also learned some youth slang from Wet for Jesus, actually. I'm not sure if this is completely accurate or if I remember it correctly. But apparently, kids have a way to say, chase your dreams. In a really, really cool way, apparently. And I do appreciate youth slang. Especially when it does some really creative stuff. Because, you know, chase your dreams. That sounds, you know, kind of old, kind of not cool. And of course, just in general a bit... you can maybe come up with better ways, right? But apparently kids these days, instead of saying chase your dreams, they say go do heroin. And I really appreciate that. So these days I'm just gonna go around and tell everyone, go do heroin. Because that comes much more easily. Could always just burn down the house. Definitely a bad long-term solution, but we'll get them out of the house. Unless you're insured and you can frame one of the visitors. Then you get a new house and you get rid of the people. Just saying.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain
Alright, so far so good, but that doesn't really help.
A performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Did we have any food? We have one bread. Maybe I'll save that one bread, because it is a new day. We can go buy more bread. Sleep for 4 hours. We've already seen the mime performance. I don't think we're gonna have to watch it again. And we're not gonna get the achievement anyway, because, you know... I missed the first mime performances. Yeah, we got a... Inquisitor's letter. We don't yet have a quest. Did you have something for us? No, not today, apparently. So first things first. Let's find food. That shouldn't be a problem. The food supply should have been reset now, and the first food place is... Right, this day gave us that. Could be... There. Was that a food place as well? I really don't remember. I should get a better handle of this map, to be honest. I am starting to learn some of it. But then there are some parts that just... Especially the shops. I only remember a couple of those shops. Like, I remember the apothecary. I remember the apothecary and the tailor near Eva's. I apparently did remember this one. I remember a couple of the food places. I'm slowly learning, but there's still lots more to remember. Let's just eat a raw fish. That's always a good idea. But I'm gonna grab myself some water because I completely fucking forgot that. And I will be right back. So, see you in a moment. Ah! There. Now I have water. So, we're back. Alright. And now... I have no recollection what we were supposed to do here again. Fuck it. All of my stuff. Alright, so I think... we might have to wait until we get a letter. I don't remember what we're gonna have to do when we get quests. I just don't remember how we're gonna get quests. That's kind of... There we go. Take this news as a matter of urgency and importance, Bachelor. Some inconceivable filth appears to be seeping from within the termitary. Your good name and even your academic reputation may come under fire because of it. You've planned to visit the House of Woe, as far as I know. Please oblige me with a little chat beforehand. There we go. This is how we got there. And if I remember correctly, there was also that we got more letters later. So first things first. Well, we're actually in a good position. Let's go talk to Vlad the Younger. Might as well grab more bottles, because the trading system in this game is still quite interesting, that different people trade for different things and have different things for sale. Just based on which model they have, basically. And one of the creepy guys is selling...
Don't tell me that's not what you were expecting.
medical supplies for water. Right, you undoubtedly have a lot of questions in mind, but they'll have to wait, except for one, the most pressing and dare I say painful concern. We've lost enough time as it is, the crud's not gonna wait, is it? And your visit to Termitory, all in all, there's no point in putting it off. The crud, you say? I'll have you know that a certain informant of mine, a trustworthy source despite being a worm, has told me that there's a flow of fake panacea coming out from the Termitory. Alright, and we had... the problem here was that people are making a fake panacea and selling it, and they're basically just taking the hearts of infected and making them into some kind of mush they're selling into to people. And we're gonna have to put a stop to it. So that should be a simple thing. I'm gonna basically go through the dialogues in a way where I can give a synopsis of them, so we can kind of speed through this replay of the day. Because if you really want to see the dialogue for all of this stuff, you can always go back to the previous one where we did this the first time for the... Unfortunately, of course, I did kind of fuck up that one, so... Well, not that day. I fucked up the previous day, which meant that one of our bound died, so... No, wait, that was just the saving sound. No? I'm confused. Almost got hit by that shit. Ooh boy. We are eventually gonna have to go talk to Vlad the Older there. Not yet. That is when we've done most of the Panacea quest, and that's the end of it. When we have to get into the abattoir. Or abattoir. Over the fuck. Oh, hi. Ooh, food. Hello there. Glad the game doesn't have an oppressive soundtrack or anything. Yeah, it's very nice, calming. Gives you a very cheerful feeling every time you play. The droning soundtrack. I mean, I do like the atmosphere in this game. It is quite well crafted, in my opinion. And even with all of the kind of evil shit the game throws at you, I still enjoy this game. I mean, I get it's not the most exhilarating game to watch. I completely understand that. And I understand that this also is not a game for everybody. Which is exactly one of the reasons why I decided that I'm not gonna play through all of the characters in a row. I'm not sure if I'm going to play them offline or if I should save them for later and do them on stream, like maybe do the Haruspex playthrough on summer or something. I still haven't decided what I want to do with it. Because all I do know is that I want to start 2022 with a bang. And finally do the Legacy of Kain series playthrough that I've been thinking about for quite a long time. But just couldn't do because I couldn't get Soul River 2 to working. Now that I did get it working, I really want to do the complete series playthrough. And I'm really, really, really expecting it. Alright, so Haruspex was somewhere downstairs. We wanted to talk to him. He gave us a vial of blood. Oh yeah, Legacy of Kain series is fucking amazing.
The Inquisitor has turned her gaze to the abattoir. No good.
Alright, so... First thing first... We were supposed to ask him about those people. He tells us they're on the second floor. Second thing, we have to ask what he's doing here. He's going to tell us about the Panacea. And how we should inspect the blood, which we will do. Characters have different interactions with the NPCs. I think it will be interesting for those who've yet to play the game to see it unfold on stream. In a sense, yes. But also, I do have to admit, I do also have to think about the metrics a little bit. And despite how much I've actually enjoyed this game, it has not been super good for the stream itself, to put it nicely. This honestly has done, metrics-wise, worse than Ultima 4. And Ultima 4 didn't do super good either. That's why I know that I don't want to do it immediately. But I am considering doing this in kind of segments here and there. That way it might work. And these were these guys. Hi, Toxic. Those are called worms. I don't know exactly what they are. But yeah, exactly, Gino. It's... metrics-wise, playing this hasn't been super good. Actually playing it has been fun. And it's been good, and I really want to play this, but... I also don't want to completely kill the channel by playing nothing but Pathologic for a while. And doing two more characters after this. That would take a while, and I don't think I want to do that immediately. So instead I think I'm gonna, if I'm gonna play the rest on stream, I am gonna segment it and do like one character a year, and eventually have a complete playthrough. Or maybe do something like Haruspex in summer and then Changeling at the end of the year. Something like that. Just wanted to have a little chat with you. When the epidemic broke out, people upstairs alive, regret what, blah blah blah. Just talking about things. And I want the abattoir passage. And we yet
Where
cannot...
is ahead?
We yet cannot talk more about that. Okay. We are gonna have to go talk to Mother later. So now... we gotta go talk to Vlad the Younger. And go inspect the thing under a microscope. We can do both pretty close to each other because we can go to what's-his-face's laboratory to inspect the blood sample that is pretty close to Vlad the Younger's place. But yeah, exactly, Veritas. This is very much a niche game. And I don't want to play only niche games. Because one of the parts about streaming is that it is nice to have an audience. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fucking love everybody who is coming here to watch this playthrough with me. Because I really fucking love this game. It's hard to explain. And a lot of the game happens right there. And that is very hard to convey on screen properly. All of the stuff that's happening in my mind is sometimes difficult to put into words. Especially the feelings I'm having. And this game is really good at evoking especially anxiety. Because you constantly feel like you're on the verge of discovery, but also on the verge of complete and utter failure. And that emotion is very hard to properly convey on screen. I mean, I can tell you about it, but there's really no way for me to actually visualize it properly. I mean, yeah, I could go full fucking YouTube clickbait shit and go, oh my god, I'm so much stress, oh my god. But that would be fake and bullshit, because it's not that kind of stuff. But that will be the only real way to actually even sort of visualize the kind of feelings this game does evoke. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be one of those fucking overreacting YouTube asshats where everything is fucking hyper. That's not me, and I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm fucking not. And yeah, it is very story and atmosphere. Very story and atmosphere centric game. Because you know, those kinds of small moments for the player, those are moments of dread. But they are like a second of things actually happening. And the full scope of emotions that happened on that one fucking moment when I dodged that goddamn plague cloud. It is really hard to explain it properly. Alright, blood. There we go. Here we can see his panacea doing its thing. Attacking the other cells. Part of the atmosphere is feeling of dread of accidentally screwing up. That's just something that somebody who isn't playing can fully grasp. You don't worry as much about resource management as a viewer as you do as a player. Exactly, and that's one part of it. And it's not the same kind of resource management that's easily seeable as in, say, Resident Evil games, where you can see, okay, he's starting to run out of ammunition or something. It's just more about your... not just resources you have in the sense of physical goods, but the resources like time. Because that's one of the dearest resources you have. Which is why I am concentrating on fucking walking. I want to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible because it constantly feels like time is running out. And that's the kind of feeling that is really fucking hard to explain properly. But God, if you would play it, you'd understand.
We promise according to our hopes. We perform according to our
Alright,
fears.
so I found the worm poison makers and heard you were in the black market for panaceas. And then... who did you sell them to? And now we know about a couple of people he sold the panaceas to. So next thing, Mark Immortal. He's the one who should have panaceas, and he's going to tell us more about the people who got panaceas from Vlad the Younger. Because Vlad the Younger apparently bought all of the actual panaceas. And now he's been distributing them around town. But he actually seems like a relatively decent person at this point. And again, I'm just... oh, for fuck's sake. I'm just paraphrasing because... I don't want to go through the dialogues all over again, so we can actually get through this day relatively quickly. And yeah, without the walking, the game wouldn't be nearly as tense. That's one of the big parts that gives the tension in the game, the walking and the whole feeling that you are running out of time because you are going to have to go around the town quite a lot. Especially when you don't yet know what to do. It's even more tense because you don't know how much more you have. You don't know if there are time critical things. Oh, fuck. Ow. Yeah, help me, thank you. Yeah, there is also occasionally some fighting. And not just against rats. But that's not the main point of the game. Main point of the game is the tension, the running out of time, the feeling of dread from just the general... that, for example. Because we did get infected once. And that was not fun. The infection just keeps getting stronger and stronger when you have it. And you have very few ways to actually get rid of the infection. And when you've experienced that, those plague clouds start to get really fucking dreadful.
Yes.
Panacea stuff. Now he tells us about the 3 ladies who got the panacea. So let's go meet them. Each and every encounter with a thug wastes both time and potentially health and item durability. But it's also a possibility, if you do well, to gain more resources, with which you can get other important things like food. It is all about trying to juggle your needs, what you have, and what you encounter. It's just a constant juggling in your brain about doing those kinds of what's the word again? Cost-benefit assessments. See, for example, that was a simple cost-benefit assessment. He was killing somebody else, so I could just punch him in the fucking back until he's dead. Not much risk. A little bit of benefit, because money is good. Now we're gonna hear
it is
that.
not so dangerous to do wrong to most men.
Let's see. Da 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 da. Now we found out that apparently Vlad didn't ask for too much money, at least. You'll have gotten any new letters. Let's go to the next woman, who has gotten a panacea from Vlad. Wouldn't happen to have any nice healing items for me? Nope. It was whatever her name was again. I don't remember. My memory with names is not super good. Hello there! How's it going?
I should let some fresh...
Yeah, vial of panacea. Who else? I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, these ladies all tell me that I should come back tomorrow. Then the third one I think is Anna Angel. Or I might also sleep for a moment. Chaos!
Beware the deadly angel cloud spin.
Oh god, I hope I'm trying. And Chaos, thank you very much for your 43 months of being a citizen to the wonderful country of the Total Real Finland trademark. Thank you very much for your support. How you doing, Chaos? Alright, Anna Angel's place. This part, though, still does suck. I have no idea how I got infected. Came home from the cinemas some time ago. Oh, nice. Hope whatever you saw was nice. I haven't been in a movie theater for a while. I don't even remember which was the last movie that I went to watch, to be honest. There haven't been too many films that I've been interested enough to think about going to the cinemas. Oh shit, that was close. But it's just because I'm a cynical old bastard, so... Hi, did you... Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, you didn't say anything, but you did get another panacea, right? Yeah, so did I, but I don't know if it was Marvel good or if it was actually good, Cthulhu. That's always the problem these days. Especially with reviews. I've noticed one really stupid thing about reviews, which I fucking hate. Which is, everything is always the best or the worst. So... It's really hard for me to... judge reviews anymore. Because of that problem. Yeah, that's one of the few ones that I might actually watch again, because out of all of the Marvel stuff, the Spider-Man ones have really been the only ones that have been at least somewhat entertaining to me lately. I really haven't given a fuck about any of the other Marvel movies. I know. Finn's an old grouch, he hates everything new. And you would be correct. Not everything new, but it's just... I don't know. Well, I can't... Well, there's a reason for my aesthetic here, Veritans. I really fucking would wanna... I mean, even my bio here says, still stuck in the 80s, and that's fucking right. I am, and I'm proud about it. Fuck that. Well, that is a possibility, Cthulhu, and that would explain why those have been the only ones that I've really given a fuck about. At least to some extent. Because they have more than just the soulless machine that is Disney doing stuff. Oh god. But yeah, to be completely serious though, I actually do still think that... Oh fuck. That's so much of... So much of cinema just comes off as pretty fucking soulless. Just... Ow. Ow, okay, I fucked up. This is why I shouldn't try thinking about talking and playing at the same time. Because yeah, to me it's felt like a lot of the movies these days haven't really been done with creativity in mind, and they've just been kind of, let's see which checkboxes sell tickets. And Marvel movies, I know, tired example in a sense, but I can't help it that they keep coming up with new movies all the fucking time. And I can't help it that they are fucking formulaic to a ridiculous extent, in my opinion. But it just feels like movies like that are made just to get as much revenue, not because anybody's actually giving a fuck about any kind of creative endeavors. I mean, they are well-made movies, but Well made is different from creative. Hi, kiddos. Right, this was the kids thingy. Okay. We had to go see Capella. Capella had medicine for Mother. Aglaya wants to meet us at the cathedral. Alright. Making progress. Just check, No Way Home was co-produced by Columbia Pictures and Marvel Studios. Sony Pictures releasing, handle, and distribution. So yeah, it's not... Ah, fuck. Oh, fuck, another one. Wait, all rats don't give you infection, apparently. Well, that's nice. I still did get quite a bunch of damage, that's not good. So, what you want, lady?
We weren't given too much time, now were we?
Alright, yeah. She's again trying to put doubts into my head. And saying about sources. That's why we wanted to get to Aperture, to find the source. Yeah, and you can enjoy them all you want, Chaos. I'm just also explaining why I don't enjoy them at all. And both of those things are acceptable. Because I'm not trying to make anybody say that, oh, you cannot like a thing that I don't like. That would be just stupid. One of the things that I was really disappointed about was I have tried watching most of them because there has to be something about them because people like them. And I was really disappointed in, I think it was Endgame that had the whole snap thing. I don't remember anymore. And I was actually really fucking happy when that happened. Because I was like, holy fucking shit. They finally did something. They finally did something that was not the expected thing. They let the bad guy win. I was so fucking happy about that. And then comes the next movie and they undo it all. I was disappointed again. That kind of felt like a fucking season cliffhanger on a TV series. It kind of reminded me of, what was it? Dallas? Where... Was it Dallas? Which one was it? The one with the Ewing family. The goddamn old soap opera. About the rich people. It kind of reminded me of that. In the sense that They made one season that nobody was really pleased with one of the seasons, where some of the main characters died and all that kind of stuff. So instead, in the next season, they decided that, okay, people didn't like that, so let's make it so that the previous season, it was all a dream while that guy was sleeping. So they basically undid a complete season because people didn't like what happened. That was one of the fucking worst jump the shark type moments in television history. Infinity War is the one where Thanos won. Okay. And Endgame you don't like because they undid Infinity... Yeah, that was... Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, that I liked Infinity War because they did the unexpected. I don't remember too much else of the movie, to be honest. Other than that, to me, it was just another Marvel movie. But I really loved that they did something unexpected, and I was really hopeful that they were starting to take a little bit of a different direction that I would enjoy more myself as well. And then they undid everything, and I was like, okay, yeah, just... Never mind then. And alright, Veritansi, thank you for popping by. Do have a good one.
The children no longer...
And she's telling us how the polyhedron is amazing and stuff like that. And it's also horrible because it's doing things with science. And now she gave us medicine to give to Mother. Progress. Oh, for fuck's sake. Gotta go around the other side. But in a way, to me, one of the worst parts about the Marvel movies aren't technically the movies themselves. It's the frequency of the movies. Because if the movies were the same as they are now, but they would come at a bit longer frequency between each movie, I don't think I would be as bothered about them having so many similarities to each other. I think I would find that more acceptable if they weren't pumping them out at the frequency they are. So I think it's kind of a combination of multiple issues why I got tired of it fast. Because I did at the start, because I did like the early ones. For example... Everybody fucking talks about it. Iron Man I fucking found amazing. I really loved Iron Man. And that was a very good start, in my opinion. And I really wanted to see them all. And I started watching them all. But it didn't take too long for the fatigue to start setting in for me. Because I started seeing the similarities between the movies, and then there were like, what, 2-3 movies a year? And they all felt same to a certain extent. So... There came this kind of what people call superhero fatigue. And I really started suffering from that. And I still haven't gotten over it. I still really can't stand... I still can't stand to watch those too much. I try sometimes, but it's just... It still doesn't feel good. That's kind of why I'm also disappointed that DC went into this kind of a catch-up phase with Marvel. Because I liked what they were doing with I like what they were doing with the first movies. Because they were different. And I really wanted something different. But then they just had to rush things, which of course made sure that things weren't as well received as they could have had they actually spent more time and not shortened movies and pumped them out and pushed as many characters into them as possible just to get a fucking Justice League movie out as quick as possible.
What was that?
So again,
I must.
the desire for money fucked up creativity. And therefore, now it's all fucked up again. So, yeah. Thankfully, there are lots of non-superhero movies that are coming out as well, but they're not getting as much recognition or people noticing them. Because there have been some very amazing horror movies that have come out in this decade, for example. Like, seriously, check out horror movies of the last 10 years. There are quite a few really good ones. Alright, I've checked the blood. Produces antibodies and stuff like that, and you can make potions and stuff. There we go. Then to Mother. Slowly getting further. I'm trying to think what else I need to do. What do you think of the return of the Scream movies? Well, not too much yet. I do say one thing. I'm always worried when a franchise makes a return in one way or another. Because of the exact same season that same reason that I've complained so far. Because more often than not, it is not about creativity. It is about money. It is about riding on a franchise name.
So the lady
and generally that doesn't end up
with
with
the abattoir. Nothing good will come out of this.
enjoyable results. Alright, Victoria sent this drugs, so take some pills, girl. Alright, we've done those. Now what else? Didn't we... Oh, fuck. Right. Yeah, exactly, Case. Bringing back a franchise after a long period doesn't work normally because the newer movies... I wouldn't necessarily say can't, but they won't catch what made the older ones unique. And it's often because the franchises are brought back for what I would call wrong reasons. Franchises are often not brought back by people who really love the franchise and really want to do something unique with it. But franchises are generally brought back by people who think, hey, this franchise is popular, let's make some money. And that, I think, is one of the major differences why some reboots work, some don't. For example, an example is... Let's take, what was it, Samurai Cop, for example. It was a really horrible fucking movie. Samurai Cop. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fucking awful. It's one of those, it's so bad it's good. Because it is seriously hideous movie. But then they made a sequel, like, a couple of years back. Why did they make a sequel? Because the original movie was so bad It had meme value. And people were talking about it on the internet because it was so fucking awful. Has anybody talked about the sequel? No. And there's a good reason for that. Because it was brought back to capitalize on the meme value of the original. So now the sequel was made purposefully terrible. And when you try to make a movie that is purposefully terrible and self-aware that it's terrible, it's not fun. It's not even funny. Because now it's trying too hard to capture the feeling of the original. Whereas the original was great because people tried to make a great movie. People really tried to make an amazing action film. But they failed. And that was the funny part. Because it was made seriously, but it just failed in every fucking respect. And then when you try to fail on purpose, that's not an achievement. Failing on purpose is not an achievement. It's easy to fail on purpose. It's much harder to fail accidentally and make comedy gold because of it. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm just trying to get to the other side of the fucking town again. And this is another part that I really kind of dislike about the game. These fucking suddenly spawning moving clouds. There. Well, because Room is another great example of what I was talking about. The Room didn't work because it was good. The Room didn't work because it was made purposefully bad. The Room worked because they tried to make a good movie and failed. It's fun specifically because it's clear what they were trying to go for. And it's also clear that they missed the mark by a fucking mile. That is what makes those kinds of movies classics. But you guys have fun there. It's one of those accidental magic kinds of things, I guess. It's kind of the same how I feel about Red Brown movies, for example. They're fucking awful, but they are also fun. You can see what they were going for. But you can also see how poorly they succeeded in it. It's kind of like the Asylum movies, the mockbusters that are come out fucking every year about everything. Those are just shit. They are making them purposefully fast and purposefully shit, hoping to capitalize
There's
on that.
little time left.
Yeah, I forgot to... I forgot to take the quest. Yeah, exactly, Case. Those kinds of things become memes, not because they were written to be funny, but because somebody wrote them seriously, thinking that they were great lines. That's the kind of comedy gold that's practically impossible to make on purpose. Oh, yeah, that's another one. And especially the delivery. You're tearing me apart, Lisa! Just the combination of not good acting and cheesy lines. It's just fucking amazing. Because yeah, I do love schlock. And part of it is that a lot of schlock I like exactly because of, again, what I've said. Because there is the creative aspect behind it all. You can see quite often from schlocky films what they were trying to do. And you can see that sometimes it is just ineptitude. Sometimes it's a lack of budget.
Have you heard?
Often
The
both.
military arrives tomorrow.
That make a movie that would have probably been just a pretty mediocre action movie, for example, into comedy gold. So now we're gonna talk about the well. Now I gotta go talk to Aspiri. Get her to help me. Still plenty of time. Hopefully Peter Stamarin will fucking survive today. That'd be nice. I'm still miffed that that happened. I don't like it when these kinds of setbacks happen. But yeah, for example, speaking of schlock, I just found out that Shopping Mall was on Amazon Prime. And it's one of those movies that anybody who wants to see some proper good old-fashioned schlock should really watch. It's the premise is kind of very stereotypical, in the sense that a group of teenagers being played by 30-somethings work at a mall and decide to have a party there after closing time, and then shit starts to happen, which causes multiple people to die in different ways. And in Shopping Mall, the killers are autonomous guard robots that malfunction because of a thunderstorm that fucks up the central computing unit. And, of course, the robots have lasers. I mean, it's the 80s. Of course robots have lasers. It's just fucking hilarious. But in short, I just really love movies where there's a lot of creativity going on. Whether or not they succeeded in their vision, that's irrelevant.
Lies always
Sometimes it's
turn
more
out to
fun
be
if they
true.
didn't succeed.
Don't mess with Earth.
Yeah, hey, anything about Vlad? Seem to get out of this deal. Alright, because... Right, the epidemic thing. He knew. Exactly. That's a good example, Chaos. Mystery of the Druids. That's a great example of that. You can see what they were going for. And you can also see that they didn't quite hit the mark. Hi, Zai. No, I haven't seen Samurai Rauni Reposaarelainen. I've never heard it before. Alright, so now back to Vlad. We are getting towards the end of the day. That is good. That is very good. Probably the best movie filmed in Pori. There we go. I'll be completely honest, I'm not too much of a Finnish movie aficionado. That may sound awful coming from somebody who actually lives in Finland and is a Finn. But there's always been one thing that has pissed me off about Finnish movies. Seriously, like fucking always. Every fucking time. And even TV shows, most of TV shows. And that's the fucking acting. Because different countries seem to have different ways of teaching acting, and they teach different styles of acting. And it seems that Finnish and Japanese acting, those are the two things that I stand the least. And both kind of for the same reason, in a sense, and also a very opposite reason. The same reason for both Finnish and Japanese acting that I really dislike is that they tend to teach uniformity. For example, take Japanese voice acting, for example. You can tell from the voice that a character does, even without watching the show. You can tell exactly the character and their personality and everything else about them, basically, just from the voice. Because Japanese voice acting has a couple tropes that they always follow. And when you've heard those tropes once, you've heard them in basically every fucking show that comes after that and before that. And when you start noticing that shit, it becomes really fucking jarring that there doesn't seem to be much personality in the voice acting. It's just, this is this kind of character, therefore this character makes this kind of voice. There's no deviating from it. It is always this, and it will have to be this. And that's one of the things that I dislike about Japanese voice acting. And the same kind of uniformity in acting is in Finland. With the but the difference comes from, in Japan, they seem to teach you to overact and be very emotive. Whereas in Finland, it's the exact opposite. They teach you to be as fucking monotone as possible. So, for example, I'm gonna try and do it in English. It's gonna be fucking hard for this. So, a lot of acting in Finland, for example, is this. So you haven't left. That certainly does you credit. I am now a serious person. Who told you that? No use in denying it now. I knew the truth would come out when the termitary is unlocked. I just hoped I would have time before that. No such luck, I suppose. Because I am very serious. And I fucking hate that kind of shit. Also, it doesn't help that they use, what would be called literary Finnish most of the time, which makes it sound not only monotone and boring, but fucking pretentious. So you get a triple whammy of I don't give a fuck. Not saying all, but just it seems to be a norm. That's one of the reasons, for example, why I liked the old Unknown Soldier movie much more than the newer one. Because in the old one, the characters spoke in the dialects of the, or at least approximations of the dialects of the areas the characters were from. And it felt more natural and real. Like Surprise, if you actually use the kind of language people actually fucking use, it's gonna feel more real. And those characters had fucking emotions. I mean, weird. Showing emotions makes your characters more relatable. What a fucking massive surprise. All right. That's a bit of a rant about my dislike of a lot of Finnish acting. It's just one. I don't know. It just feels like I've gotten more and more picky about the media I want to consume the older I've become. And I do admit a bit of it is a kind of a grumpy old man syndrome type of thing, where I feel like I like older stuff more. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, why use complete words when you can use half words? It's gonna be much fucking faster. Yeah, I remember my first visits to Pohjanmaa. Nobody seemed to fucking understand me. I had to learn how to speak slower. Please, Cthulhu, put your and Zai's suggestions to the suggestion stall, if you please, so I'd remember them, because I can promise you both I will forget those suggestions if they're not written down somewhere else. It's nothing personal, it's just how my brain works, because you guys know that after the stream, I'm pretty much immediately gonna run to work. So I won't have time to do extra notes and shit, because when I turn off stream, I'm immediately just getting off the chair, starting to put my work stuff on. So I go into a different mode immediately after pressing stop stream. And I tend to forget everything that I've planned doing later. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why suggestion stall is so fucking important for me on Discord, because it's kind of a notepad for me to remember things that I'm supposed to do. Yeah, okay, it's nothing like that's ever happened before. Me forget? No, never. Yeah, I do try. I do try to consume newer material as well. I just sometimes have a hard time finding anything that I do enjoy. I did kinda like Gotham. It was kinda fun. It's probably the newest TV series I've actually watched. As in, properly watched. I've tried starting quite a few, but Gotham, I think, was the only one that I actually watched to the end. Because again, it wasn't perfect, but I liked how it was a twist on material that we were already familiar with. I liked that aspect of it quite a lot.
Misfortunes never come alone. That's what...
And that's kind of the kind of stuff that I am looking for. Things that try something new. I always tend to crave something like that. Something new. Something that might surprise me. Something where I cannot be sure of what's gonna fucking happen. Because there's so much generic shit. Don't worry, Chaos, this is not a Marvel dig. This is just a general dig of the state of entertainment. There's just so much generic shit these days that they just blend together in my mind. And I just forget their fucking existence. And yes, I'm not saying generic stuff hasn't existed before. On the contrary. Generic stuff has existed always, but I do also feel like that there is... Which is kind of paradoxical in a sense. Because these days, there's more access to video editing stuff. Pretty much everybody has some kind of a camera and so on and so forth. But it feels like we're getting less of those low to mid-budget films than we used to get. Whereas, back in the 80s and 90s, for example, a lot of the classics started as those kinds of projects. I mean, Halloween, for example... Okay, that's 70s? But still. Point remains the same. Halloween, for example, it was a relatively small budget film, which spawned a fucking franchise. And we don't see much of that kind of stuff anymore. Most of the stuff that's on movie theaters, for example, it's generally pretty big budget, big distribution firm. That kind of stuff. And I kind of wish we had more of that, where people are dipping their creative toes into those kinds of
A fine foreman he is.
those kinds of projects.
Oyen the Bullhead. Talked to Harrispeck's head to
Mother Superior wants to see... Yeah. Alright. Old man goes there. That's good. Now let's go tell her the old man's coming. Should I go warn Vlad the Younger? Let's go talk to Vlad the Younger first. Just in case. And especially now when pretty much everyone could just put their films on show. You know, just put it online somewhere. Maybe even get it on streaming service. But it just feels like we're not getting that kind of stuff as much. And I find that to be a little bit of a shame. I do admit some of it is because of what I'm doing right now. Because a lot of the more creative types are putting their creative juices into video games instead. So it's not entirely a loss. It's just I'd also like to get more of those
needs to be
films.
Done.
Well, I did warn him now. Maybe somebody should make a movie about deadly clouds that surprisingly appear. Yeah, that would be a nice one. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I do understand that part of it is that people are making more video games, because video games is, after all, a new medium that is also very accessible. And that has allowed a lot of creative people to also put their ideas onto a different kind of medium. And that's, I do find, a really good thing. Because while I do think that the current state of movie industry is a little bit stale, and there's not as much, you know, creativity going on in there as I would like. There's not as much people doing experimental stuff as I would like. And that alone can sound like I'm being pretty fucking cynical, and I understand it. When it comes to the movie industry, I am a little bit cynical. When it comes to entertainment in general, I'm not quite as cynical. Because, like I said, one of the reasons why I feel like that is happening is because video games are now an accessible medium for people to do all kinds of stuff at home. Put their creativity on display in a more interactive form that wasn't allowing for that kind of stuff just, say, 40 years ago. And with accessible engines like Unity and Unreal Engine, it's easier than ever to make a game, especially if you take asset source into account. Exactly. And that's exactly what I mean, that part of that crowd that used to make those that would maybe, had they been born, let's say, 20 years before, that would have been making those low-budget, mid-budget movies. A bunch of those people probably are making video games now. And that I find to be a fucking amazing thing. That's one of the things why I love video games. I mean, I like old movies, but I fucking adore current state of video games. Especially on a PC where you can find all kinds of fucking freaky experimental shit that you'll never see on consoles, because publishing on them is a bitch. But on a PC you can just shove your game fucking out and it's there. And it's great. I fucking love it. I mean, would you imagine fucking this game? This super fucking experimental, weird, existential, dread fucking game to exist on most consoles, for example. And this is the kind of shit that you would have fucking definitely see on some Eastern European cinema doing some kind of experimental shit like this. But instead it's a fucking video game which gets a lot of different stuff out of you. A lot more emotions and feelings than you would get with just a fucking movie. There's just something about the interactivity. Yeah, exactly, Cthulhu. Self-publishing, in that sense, is easier than it's ever been. And you can get all kinds of stuff done in an interactive medium. There's so much amazing creative stuff happening on the video game market. I gotta buy some crackers even though they're shit. Oh shit, I'm gonna get banned now. I said crackers. Sorry. Where could I buy more food? This one, maybe? Yeah, that was another one of those interesting controversy things that was going on. Oh, definitely, Zai. It was just, you know... Cthulhu's example was just about how easy it is to get shit tons of reach these days. Steam still is the largest platform, and how relatively cheap it is to get your game on that platform. To have a massive fucking reach. That's not to say that it is the only place for games. For example, I do buy most of my games off GOG, personally, but I'm still not gonna pretend that Steam isn't the largest. So that's why that is a good example of how you can get on the largest platform for relatively cheap. Without any kind of massive corporations having to back you up to get you there. That's one of the reasons why PC gaming market is so fucking amazing. Think of buying Star Sector, Space Adventure /4X. Oh, I might have to check that one out. Or is it that memory intensive? I'll be honest. I still don't see a point of having too much RAM. Is that, yeah, this is where my, this is where you'll figure out that I really have no PC elitist card. I've got 16 gigabytes of RAM. I don't even have 32. And I've yet to have a reason to buy more. I mean, seriously, I constantly have my... because I have this nice macro keyboard with a LED screen. I constantly have my computer's stats running on it. And very rarely I even get to 80% of RAM usage. And that's on the most demanding games I've ever played so far. I really don't know why the fuck I would need more. I mean, maybe if I was doing more intensive video editing or stuff like that with shit tons of, you know, high quality assets, then I might need it, yeah. But I'm not. I'm just playing video games. Granted, this is an old game. I understand that. And so on. But I am running all of my bots. I'm running this game. I'm streaming this stuff online. And I'm using about 1/3 of my RAM. You can give it up to 8 GB of RAM maximum before the game starts to have problems. You have much less, which made running many of the RAM intense mods at once untenable. Okay, yeah, I understand that then. It's just... I was just wondering. Alright, now all we need to do is... sleep. Actually, Chaos, we've dropped literally 0 frames today. Not a single frame has been lost to the ether. I'm fucking happy. Yeah, internet has been fixed, clearly. And I'm seriously fucking happy about it, because those couple of weeks that I had problems with the internet, I was just so exhausted. And not just because of the internet. The internet was what you might call cherry on top of the cake or whatever. That's why it took me so long to figure out what the fuck might even be the problem. Oh, it was the game that's... It was the game that loaded, not the not the stream. Game just decided to freeze for a moment. That's because we're playing Slav Jank. Alright. Take some drugs. Except we won't take some drugs, because I just realized that I don't have any healing items with me. Shit. What time is it? Pretty late. Oh, fuck it. Let's just pop those and sleep. Oh, poop. And we've been relatively slow, actually, today. Probably shouldn't have talked as much as I did. Then again, I want to talk. Fuck it if it fucks up my routine. I rat bastard. Alright, now to find our way back again. Now to the dormitory. And if Andres Stamarin dies again, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off. Oh my. I am kind of concerned.
The night has come. The most pressing endeavors of the day were fulfilled at the expense
What
of
the
several
fuck?
lives of your bound. A mime performance
Georgie!
at the theatre will feature today's event.
How the fuck did Georgie Kane die? Is it because I didn't make it to the dormitory in time? I bet it's because I didn't make it in dormitory in time. Oh, please don't fucking tell me I don't have a oh, shit. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play through that day offline again because I completely fucked up. And we're gonna quit it here because... fuck. Sorry. I would have otherwise gone over for at least a half an hour, but I completely fucked up with my saves because I didn't think and I slept too late. So I'm gonna do that day again offline, so we're gonna be on day 9 on the next stream. But now I know what to do, and we can handle it. Sorry about this. Didn't quite go as I planned, but anyway. Next stream, day after tomorrow, we're going to be playing a little bit of Alan Wake. We're going to, actually not a little bit, we're going to finish Alan Wake. And then all we have for this year anymore is we're going to have to finish Pathologic. So, getting closer. But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope all of you had a good time. I know I did. I got to whinge again. That's always good. But anyway, that is it for this time. Thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you day after tomorrow for a little Christmassy celebration with Alan Wake. And until then, Introvert, signing out.